Folks, this is on how to access our JMK Linux lab for our 271 class. Now what we need to do is we need to log in with HTTPS, as in Sam, make sure it says S, and www.jmkll.org. And then you log in with your account and your new changed password, and you notice if your browser's set up, it will save your password. So here's what I want to walk through for you folks in 271 is how to use this notebook. Now in the beginning of the class, I showed you how to do something with the rule of 72. So what we're going to do is we're just going to highlight this, and what this does is it brings up an existing Jupyter notebook, which is valid Python code. Okay, so what we do here is, here I have some rule of 72 is just a rough way to calculate interest, and this is an example that I would use for transitioning from Python to C++ to show that you need to declare your variables before you use it, but in Python it doesn't matter. So what we're doing here is that I'm taking my interest rate and it's using this little buzzword called eval. And what it does is it makes its best attempt to figure out if it's an integer, a float, or a text string. And I don't think the book has shown me that yet, but that's one of the options. So to run this, I hit Control Enter, and then it's asking me what the interest rate is. So I'm going to say my interest rate currently is ridiculously high and say 8.5% is my interest rate. And notice what it says here. With an interest rate of 8.5%, any amount of money that I have will double in 8.5 years, give or take. And the rule of 72 is a rough idea based on interest at 7.2%. There's also the rule of 69 based on 6.9%. And right now your interest rates are really, really low. Your interest rates are more along the lines of 3.2 or 32. So 32 would be more accurate now. Now let's put Shift Enter here. And oops, I gotta hit cancel. Also, if you run into a problem, something doesn't happen, notice this little kernel busy. I just go over here and say kernel restart and just start all over again. What happened was I stopped in the middle of my run and I confused it. So I'm just going to put it back to the way it's supposed to be. Notice it's back to my circle. Everything's happy now. And so what I'm going to do now is put 72 here and do Control Enter, and it runs it. Put in my interest rate. And notice at 7.2, my money doubles in exactly 10 years or 10 years for days. And then this next little equation is really simple. How much money would you like to see double? I'll say $8,000. So it's going to double to $16,000 in 10 years. And I earn $4.38 every day for doing nothing by storing my money at that interest rate. Now, to save this, I hit File, Save, and then let's create a new notebook. So I click over here, and then I can say New Notebook Python3. So here's my new notebook, and I can type in any valid code right here. And I'll say hi times 6 and do Shift Enter, and there it prints it. Notice I have Untitled up here, so I can rename that to my first notebook here. So I've just renamed it. Would help if I could spell it right, huh? And hello notebook, hit Enter. And then I can keep adding cells to it. I can insert cells. And this is telling me which kind of code I'm doing. So I can use Markdown code. We'll get into Markdown later on in this semester. Markdown is a huge win for everybody. because if I hit Shift Enter here and run it and then say, let's just add a, let's do a cell, insert below, whoops, I want to do this. Move cell up, split cell, I can do that. So let's insert a cell below. Notice the letter A and B. So I can say, give me a cell above it, and here it is. Now let's turn that into Markdown and use a Markdown command here. This is header 2. And when I do a Shift Enter, notice it turns it into that nice documentation. So now what I've got is that I have this, oops, pardon me, now I have this nice notebook that I can play with. I can now save this notebook. Hit save. I can save it, rename it, whatever. I can also just hit click, hit save. Now, when you download this, you can download it in all sorts of different formats. And the format that will be easiest for you for future reference, if you need to submit this into Canvas, is PDF. This works best for Canvas. If you want to download just the Python code, you can do that. You can download it as an HTML file, and it puts it up on a web page for you. It does all sorts of neat things. So this Jupyter Notebook is a tool that's used extensively in the world of computer science. And understanding how this tool works is always going to look good on your resume. So that is a very short snippet on how to use the Jupyter Notebook. Thank you for your time.